welcome to the Mastercook Celebrity Show. So the Mastercook Celebrity Show is a chance for us to get to see another side of our local celebrities. We've seen them dance, we've seen them sing, we've seen them entertain us and make us laugh. Let's see if they can actually cook. Today we are really excited. We have one of our local celebrities, a musician who got us all dancing and on the dance floor back in the day. And today we're seeing a new side of him and getting to see what he can cook. So let's see what dish he's going to cook for me today. We have Ty2. So nice to have you on our show, Ty2.
Thanks for calling me.
Yeah, so I know you've been a bit quiet of late. What have you been up to? I know that, of course, every time I see you, the first song that comes into my head was the famous song.
Smile.
Yes.
Young me. Skinny me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, since then, what have you been up to? I know that you had left the country for a bit. And what was going on? What were you up to?
I think Smile was released in 2000, 2002, 2003. Then we launched the album in 2004. It was a joint launch with Tamara and Ty2. May so rest in peace. We did a joint thing by Polar View then, I think. And 2006, I left the country and only came back almost 2009. I was here for almost a year, left again, and yeah, I was out ever since.
So, I mean, what made you leave? Did you feel that the Zambian industry wasn't good enough? You were looking for greener pastures, or you just went and did something entirely?
Well, my move then wasn't really to do with music. Besides being in front of the camera and your little voice being heard on radio, you still have your private life to sort out. So I went to London for my educational issues. Yeah, so that was the reason why I left.
So when you were in London, were you working part-time? Did you work as a chef?
I worked. No. I think that time I knew that I had a tiny passion when it comes to food, but I never really explored it that much. So just like, okay, let me try and cook this. And wow, you're taking me back to things. But yeah, I got to learn. I think the first month was kind of hard. This is where you're coming from the spotlight, the music, and then it's all quiet, a whole different scenario. And you're trying to study and try to figure out your way around this new place. And I started working for, I don't know if you've heard of Sainsbury's. Mm-hmm. I got a job there.
Okay.
It wasn't it wasn't something that I would ever see myself doing. But then I was like, okay, I'm a student in this place, so I gotta do something to at least give me some money to survive. Then after that, got another job with Tesco's, 2 rival companies. I didn't even tell my supervisor I was working for the rival, but and as a student over there, you're only allowed to work for about, I think, what was that? Do I remember? 20 hours. Mm-hmm. So I had to split hours because once they discover you're working more than the hours that you're supposed to work as a student, they could deport you. So I had to play skills on there on how to dodge it. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, I got a job with Vodafone. Oh. That's when I felt like, okay, now I'm in London because even the pay was nice. Yeah, so yeah, I think to cut the long story short, it was okay. I still got to record my 3rd album that side.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Did you get into music?
A friend of mine called DJ Sniper, he's still that side. We met, he took me around a few places, young people experimenting with the nightlife in the UK, and it was quite interesting. Then he mentioned the studio that he knew this Italian guy by the name of Andrea. I said, if you still want to record an album, we can still arrange this. And I agreed to it. Obviously, once you are infected with the bug, you can't run away from it. That's how we got to the studio and recorded. I think that was the New Beginning album. And yeah, rest is history. Nekukonde and them came from that project.
So that was 2018. That was that's the last studio album that you released, 2018.
Yeah, the Ty2 featuring Ty2 when I go back from SA, that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I would like to believe you've been in studio and you have some new releases coming up that we should be excited about.
I've been recording. I think if I were to count the number of tracks that I have at the moment, I would actually have 3 solid albums.
Nice.
So there's so much music that I have. Some I have released as singles and some is still packed away.
Okay.
Looking forward to this COVID thing disappearing and then I can unleash terror.
No, but unleash it for us now so that we have something to listen to in isolation.
Things when you're allowed to go out and really enjoy the music, but then you feel like, okay, we've exhausted everything and we want something new, and the thing's still new. You need to, vibe with it.
Okay, so we'll get back
So
to
I'm
that.
waiting for a bit, just for a bit.
So we'll get back to our conversations later, but what are you cooking for us today?
So she called me and asked if I would come and prepare something. So I'm not a pro. This is based on ideas, like the way I write the music, and this is just an idea, like, breast chicken and stuffed breast chicken, some steamed broccoli, and I'll try and make mushroom soup. And trust me, she gonna eat it. She falls sick, then it wasn't good. But I'll try to make something nice.
Just from your choice of ingredients, I can tell that there's something good going to come out of it.
Well, I hope it's gonna be good. I will try to make it taste good. Yeah.
So let's get started.
Okay.
So what ingredients do you have?
Well, I prepared some cream cheese, some cheddar cheese, I cut up some peppers, I had some black pepper in there, and a bit of parsley.
Okay, nice.
So, did my mix. Camera can see that. So this one I'm going to use to
stuff the.
Yeah.
Okay.
The breast chicken.
Okay.
I hope it's going to be nice.
It sounds like it's going to be nice.
It should be nice. So what I'm trying to do right now is create a little pocket. Disclaimer: I'm not a pro. If anything goes off, blame Abigail. I think that should be fine.
And so as you're cooking, of course, I'm going to ask you some hard questions.
Bring it.
And I'm nosy, I like to ask questions. So, rumor had it.
Rumor. Before you even ask.
Yes, rumor had it that you got married to that girl who was in the Smile video.
Yes, I married that girl that was in the Smile video.
Oh, you did, okay.
Yeah.
But then, sorry for me asking. If it's personal, please feel free not to answer.
I would dodge your question.
So, you got divorced and you got remarried. No, you got married recently. Is that something you'd like to talk about?
No, that's true. Yeah, I had my second wedding.
Okay. Is she featuring in the new music videos?
No. The time I did the Smile video and I was getting to know her, and one thing led to the next, and yeah, we got where we were, and we are where we are now. Yeah. So to jump from that question. So when I put my stuff into the
into the chicken, nice.
The chicken. Whoever is going to try and do this, please wash your hands. I did wash my hands.
Of course, it's the first rule of our Mastercook kitchen. Wash your hands. It smells really good already.
No, but it tastes good. The challenging bit is actually the name of the show. Master Chef.
Mastercook.
Mastercook, yeah. That gives you a nightmare. How am I gonna do on Mastercook? So with this, whatever mixed up in this little bowl, you can actually create your own thing. Just trying to make sure all of it is in there. I know you got crazy skills with food, so you're probably judging me right now. Saying,
no, not at all, not at all. I always say cooking is an art, just like music is an art.
Yeah.
So the different genres of music, just the different ways to cook.
I'm gonna do it my way.
Yes.
If you feel it's wrong, it's my way.
No, there's nothing like wrong. It's just like music. Would you say this music is wrong? No.
Well, some songs are just something else. Okay, after we're done with that, and then I'll get to my bacon. So how many rumors have you heard?
No, I think that's pretty much the only rumor, actually,
Only
to be
rumor.
honest. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that I think you've done a good job of keeping your private life private.
You know, I will say something. I have been told about certain pages on
Social
Facebook
media.
that will
Make up
try
stories.
and talk about my private life, and some people label me as this womanizer, this ABCD. But you know, I don't respond to any of that. Because to start with, I don't think you owe anybody an explanation as to what happens between you and the person that you were involved with and where you are now. You know? It's actually childish to go out there and say, no, this person, this, that person, that.
Yeah, true.
So, two adults agree to
Yes, of course, and
live their lives, and that's what it is.
And of course, you respect the time that you had together.
Exactly.
Everything in life, there's good times and bad times. So
we had two very beautiful kids. My son, my daughter. And now I have a brand new daughter.
Oh, nice.
10 years last Saturday.
Beautiful. So you're a real family man.
It's perfect. God told you to go out there, fill up the earth. And I do just that responsibly. Am I doing this the right way?
It looks good. Looks
like
good.
I'm trying to
Looks
look like
good.
a pro. The next time you call me, challenge me to do some traditional thing.
Yes, definitely.
I'm trying to teach myself to do something local. Like
No, don't. You can come for classes. You can come for
I really want to do
some local food classes.
Who knows? One day I could open up Ty2's joint.
That would be nice.
You know.
I always say that we don't do enough with our local ingredients and local food. And I think there's space in the world for us to have local cuisine restaurants, in being 5-star cuisine and also just being out there.
That would be cool.
Like you having opened a Zambian food restaurant in London, for example.
You're making me think.
Yeah, I hope so.
The only problem is, if I decide to head back, then I disappear for a bit from the music again. You know, like I really got a bit upset because once I sent the Conde track through, I got a lot of complaints from people saying, how could you just give us a song and, you know, and not be around to actually perform, so we can see you vibe with us when you attend the functions and all of it. So that I didn't really like.
Okay. So did you not try to, let's say, for example, do performances in the UK and get people involved in
I was
Zambian
invited
music?
for some parties, and it was fun. I mean, you know, the thing is, once you're there as a student, you really have to make sure your hours are on point. Because if your hours are not according to what is expected, you risk being deported. So it's not really an easy life again when you leave there, because if you say you're going there for education, you have to stick to it. So anything else that you do away from class, you know, has to be at a very
minimal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just gonna add a bit of pepper on top of it.
Just need to
Oh, I didn't open it. I told you I'm not a pro.
So what do you think of some of our local Zambian musicians that are hitting the scene? I know Sampa the Great seems to be really causing a storm.
I'm a fan. Given the chance, I would really want to do something with her. And one day. The world is big,
and then maybe one day we
time.
could also get her to be on the Mastercook show.
I think she's the type that every time I listen to her, I think of Lauryn Hill. There's a certain vibe that I get off her that has that same Lauryn Hill type of vibe, and it's really good. She's a good rapper, you know. So I'm just gonna put a bit of, spread on pan. I don't trust your look. Every time she stares, I'm thinking, what is he doing? Okay, so I'm just gonna get my chicken and put the first one on there. And the third one. I really always gonna taste as
as good as it smells. I'm sure it does.
Yeah. Just need a bit of salt. Just a bit. Looks like nothing, but it isn't. And that's it. Okay, so you know. Now put on burn. So that's like roughly what?
Okay.
We wait for about maybe 30, 40 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but we keep checking on it. Make sure it's not getting dirty.
So maybe let me help you clear off this. Yeah. And so what is the next thing we're doing? I can see you had some water boiling there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the next thing we're gonna do?
Since we have the chicken in there, I got some broccoli. And please make sure you wash it. So yeah, I did all the washing. Nobody else touched it. I did everything from scratch. The only thing that happened was somebody here, not me, but somebody here, just gave me plastic saying, here are the things that you asked for. So I had to wash everything. But yeah, so I'm gonna steam this for about 7-8 minutes. As soon as it just turns, that nice green, it's good to go.
So it still remains nice and crunchy.
Yes. So what I did is I put some water in a pot and then put a colander, and then I'm just gonna dump it in there. And I like
to cook with the steam.
Yeah, cook with the steam for 7-8 minutes.
Okay.
I hope it behaves.
Think it will. What's next?
And
So
we do not have a timer.
okay.
Or do I just keep on spying on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So I have a question. So obviously, I know it's a bit personal. Like I said, you can say no to answer if you feel like it. But I know, obviously, your first wife, she became famous obviously because of her association with you, being on the Smile video and all of that. And then I know, you have a lot of these social media gossip columns and posting things and everything. And I know she equally got remarried, and I think their pictures were all over. Of course, they just didn't mention her by name, but it was always Ty2's ex-wife. How did you feel about that?
I mean, say that was like unfair for her because she is her own person, and whoever came up with that caption was doing an injustice to her because she's allowed to live her life, just like I live my life. I'm somewhere else now. She is somewhere else now, and the only thing we share is our kids. So her being tagged or Ty2 ABCD, Ty2 whatever, it's more like she never existed without that name that's being put on her. So it would be nice for whoever comes up with stories like that to respect the individual, and it would be nice to just respect the privacy. I mean, we met away from the cameras. It's just so people were to know who I was, and not that she was tagged along to it. But at the end of the day, she deserves her own privacy, and her name to be put there. If she wants it out there, that's up to her. So yeah.
So, but how do you? And this time around, I think you've done things differently in this new marriage. I don't think I even saw any of your wedding pictures anywhere on any social media platforms.
I shared a few.
So is it that you're trying to do something different? Keep your family out of the spotlight?
I'll be very honest. I have tried to do a bit of that because you never know who has good intentions for you and ill intentions at the same time. So I have been very selective as to what I put out there. Even the time that my daughter was born, I never shared any pictures. She was actually born, and months later, that's when I put up pictures of my wife pregnant. People thought she was pregnant then, but the child was already born.
I see. And do you feel that being in the spotlight, being a celebrity, had been hard for you to be in a relationship, to be in a marriage?
I think for everybody that's out there, it's kind of difficult to trust. Because you don't know who's really genuine with you. Some people will like the idea of you, but not the reality of you. So you just go with with my current wife. We just cut the long story short. With my wife, it's a person that I was more like a big brother.
So somebody you knew
that type of situation
before you started dating.
It's like I would even advise her and tell her about why is your boyfriend treating you like that? You shouldn't allow stuff like this to happen. And that time, nothing like relationship even came into my mind. So,
did you meet her here in Zambia? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I go back here, time went by and I'm checking up on what's going on, and so the more we spoke, I thought he'd be, and I was like, what? Why am I going to? I already know this person right here.
So it's not. We wouldn't say it was love at first sight. It was more as you got to know each other, and it was like. But
I was a senior citizen to her.
Okay.
I was like a protector, a silent protector who would just come in and say, you can't allow anybody to do that to you. You got to stand up and. So this is where I'm saying I'm in a happy space. I know I have to live by what I was advising her, and we're cool.
Okay, that's good. Nice to see that you're happy.
You're happy. Energies around you are all good, and everything that you do must be positive. So don't allow anything toxic or negative to affect you.
True.
So whoever wants to wake up and say stories about Ty2 and ABC, I don't pay attention to you. You're just wasting your time.
That's nice to know. How's the broccoli doing?
Has it been 7 minutes already? So what you're gonna do to make sure the broccoli is on point, you just try to, check if it's a bit soft. So you can use your fork. If the fork goes through, and I think you are about good to go. So I can say the broccoli is ready.
Nice. And I can smell that what's in the oven is really smelling good.
That's good. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're gonna be good to feed. Getting a few kilos. See the juice?
And the bacon looks really good.
Yeah. What else do you want to ask me?
So do you cook at home? Do you cook for your wife and your kids?
When it comes to the local things, she takes over.
Okay.
Anything that seems a bit fancy, I come in.
Okay. So when how often do you cook? Is this once a month, once a week?
I spend a lot of time in the kitchen, more than half.
Okay. Nice.
See, my
Your mother, your.
yes, I know you gonna watch it. It's the truth. I spend more time in the kitchen. I like this, like my other passion besides the music.
Okay.
So I'm actually thinking of going to chefing school and really take it up to that level.
So of course, there's no way I can bring you all the way to this kitchen and not have you sing.
Shows my voice.
So of course, you need to remind us of that velvet voice of yours.
What you want me to sing?
Oh wow, the song that made you famous.
Smile. Which part?
I don't know.
Which part said something to you?
And the whole song. The whole song.
Okay, the chorus is a different version of me, and the verses have the other version. See, with the album, I released a Ty2 featuring Ty2 because most people didn't really know that I sing my choruses.
No, okay.
They thought I featured Hamova, featured whoever, but I do everything myself.
Oh.
So, yeah. When I ask you again, which part do you want?
Okay, start with the chorus and then you can go on from there.
Wow.
Okay, so let's do the chorus going into the second verse.
Baby, you're singing iliko, oh, smile, skondi chako ni chamene, oh, yeah, chimani pasa chimwemweneo. Bezone faka panse, vantu bonse. Bezone nyoza daily, monzela zonse. Bezone kwesa makelo mufenzo vonse. Oseko nezolela maseko onse. Ninala kwa tane pone zonda vantu bonse. Nezo sakila temo mokale konse. Kozonde wa ene molongo place ne chose. Ne pase muntu, anga ne polo mose. Pameno na ne pesa, neze watwala love. Pameno na ne pesa, neze wakufa love. Eta seko hane unane kwela motema unane kwela lelo nisekelela baby yose nganiliko oh smile.
Wow, I'm so chuffed. This is like the favorite part of of being.
See, now she has a favorite part.
No, I mean it's the favorite part of the show.
That looks cool.
Put it aside.
That looks cool. Okay, now that the broccoli is ready, just gonna add a bit of paper on it. But I think black pepper and broccoli really mix well. If you want, you just add some little bit of lemon juice, just give it a bit of flavor, and then just bit of salt. And that's it. This one is good to go. Next up, this is a real experiment. I don't know if I want to put it on, but I'll try it anyways. So, I have my mushroom, and in here I have a bit of red onion and garlic. So this is what I'm going to start with. I'll just get a bit of butter. Where's my little spoon? Yeah, work. So I have my non-stick pan. I think I would advise you to use, no, I shouldn't advise you. I would advise you to use like 2 tablespoons of butter. If you want, sometimes you could add butter and a bit of oil. But I'm just gonna go with the butter right now.
Okay, the food really smells good. It smells amazing.
You're lying. So I just want all the butter to melt. And once that is done, I do not know the language that people that spend time in the kitchen know, the pros. So I'm gonna let the butter play with the pan in the heat. Once it's all melted down, then I get my red onion and garlic. And I'll put it on there. Yep, okay. Mix it up. I think I put too little. But it's okay. This woman's watching knows that I have an idea. I'm still doing kind of. So you let this cook for a bit. As soon as your garlic and onion starts not really browning, but almost getting there.
Translucent.
Yeah,
Like
translucent.
translucent.
Translucent. I gave you an idea. What do the chef in school? What advice would you give me?
To go to chefing school? Well, you don't have to go to chefing school. You can still come for cooking classes and learn different cuisines and different dishes. And then you just expand from there.
If I want to do like catering services, I mentioned Ty2's joint. Won't they want to see some paper or something like that?
Not necessarily. You have a lot of restaurants that are not actually run by chefs. The fact is that you can still get a manager or an executive chef, but then you have your home cooked recipes, because right now there are like thousands of restaurants out there. What makes yours different from the next guy and the next guy? I think most people now like home cooked meals because maybe people are so busy they don't cook so much at home by themselves. So they want to go to a restaurant not just to eat frogs, legs and snails, but they want to eat home cooked types of recipes. And some of these home cooked recipes are things you wouldn't really learn to cook at chef school, but you learned it from your grandmother.
Interesting.
So the business, so perhaps you keep your passion in the kitchen, and then you leave the business side of the business. You get like a business manager, an executive chef to run the business side of things.
Did you see what I just did? I became the interviewer. Okay, I think my garlic and onion is ready. So I'm going to put my mushroom in there.
Smells amazing.
It has no choice. Cannot embarrass me right now.
So I like that almost all of these ingredients that we're using are local ingredients that are found in almost all the stores. The mushroom is local mushroom. Onions, garlic is locally grown. The chicken, the bacon is local.
Nice.
So we're not doing too badly.
What's that saying again? Local is?
Laka. Even the butter is local.
That's a good thing. Though I heard some people claim that line.
Oh, the local is laka. The South Africans.
I hope we don't get in trouble. No, it's not good. Can't say who, just in case I get in trouble. But I heard they adopted the same thing and claim nobody else should use it.
Wow.
But we're gonna use it anyways. We don't care. We are food people.
Let's use the knife maybe.
Got it. Quick question on camera. Which school did you go to?
Which school did I go to? As in secondary school?
Yeah.
Leopard Hill. Why?
Any other?
I also went to Kablonga Girls. I went to.
I used to be a Kablonga boys.
Aha.
By your face.
I have one of those faces that either doesn't change or.
Doesn't change. Because that type of situation, I think I was a Kablonga boys for grade 8 and grade 9.
I need to. I was at Kablonga Girls grade 8 and 9.
And you know, when you try to get OCD, those classes, you go by, I don't know if you heard of the Fool's Corner?
Yes. By the corner there.
Some days. And then you see them, and you're thinking, the chicks. And today we're cooking. Interesting. So once the mushroom is, what's the term? I would say kind of ready.
Yeah, cooked. Ready.
Yeah, so add a bit of corn flour. I don't know if I'm following the right steps, but this is what I do when I'm home and I want to impress the wife. Mix it up. Whoa, good. I didn't see that one. So whoever is watching probably guess this, right? I'm trying to make mushroom soup. A bit more.
So if you don't have corn flour, you can still use regular flour.
Yeah, just regular flour. Still work. That sounds like a product. Just regular flour. Still work. Mix that up. Actually, make sure a bit more.
I think it's good.
It's good. Okay.
Because it really thickens this corn flour.
And I turn to
Milk.
the milk. Yeah, besides it gives you so much strength. It's just sweet milk in there.
Oh, that smells really, really good.
You will love it. Hotels, restaurants, call me. I'm qualified right now. What do you add when you're making yours?
Yeah.
I like black pepper, I like a bit of salt.
Yeah.
And sometimes I actually add chili.
For me, I think I also add red wine to make it like a red wine mushroom sauce.
What are you thinking?
It looks good. Smells good.
Does it?
Yep.
Can I trust you? You don't lie to me.
I have to eat it, so of course I'm going to tell you.
I think I'll add more milk. Just a bit more. I'm just gonna add. Yeah, just a little bit. See what I did again. So you don't want to put too much because the butter already has that little.
Oh yeah, the salt, yes. Oh yeah, since it's salted butter, yeah.
Can you imagine what the cameraman is thinking? Just for like a few seconds to play with the pan and the heat. My chicken.
There this up.
Yep, we get it in. If I burn,
Wow, this looks amazing. I can't wait to taste.
trust me, you will be calling me. Sing and cook.
I know.
Well, if I wake up on the good side, I will not say at a fee. That's the office. You know, let me get up properly. More?
Oh, that's okay. Thank you.
I should do this cooking thing more often.
Indeed, you should.
I enjoy it. Bit too thick, maybe.
No, it's still okay.
Side the top.
I think I want mine on the top. Nice. This looks
See,
amazing.
I have a thing for this thing. Just to give it a bit of flavor. So we just,
Nice.
a bit of peppers.
Just to make our plate look good.
Yeah.
Since we eat with our eyes first.
On top of that, just a bit of
Dried parsley.
dried parsley on there. And I think we are good.
Nice. Okay, wow, this looks so amazing. I'm just gonna have a small piece to taste.
I see me swear.
Wow, this is really nicely done. You can see the chicken is cooked all the way through. Let's taste the stuffing.
Judgment.
Oh, nice. This is the mixture that you stuffed in the chicken, right? Wow.
It's good.
It's
Sure.
really good.
Okay.
Really good. I'm going to take this whole plate and go and eat.
Do your thing.
I must say you have mad cooking skills.
Thank you.
If you want to change your career, this is a good fit
I
for
think
you.
I will mix both. Because as I'm cooking, I'm composing something. And just maybe have a studio on the side. Think of something.
And sing, yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So wow, I must say this food is delicious. I want to sit down properly and really enjoy it. Thank you so much for coming to our Mastercook kitchen and making this meal for us.
Thank you for having me, and I have enjoyed myself.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
We hope to hear a lot more from you on the music scene and also in the kitchen.
Both. I'm mixing both right now. So as I was preparing this food, I was thinking, I should take this up seriously and, Ty2's joint.
Yeah. So I'm going to sit and enjoy this wonderful meal. Please join us again next week when we have another exciting celebrity on our Mastercook Celebrity Show.